Hey, everybody, OGG, Overt Go Green. How's it going? I hope you're doing good. I am. Um, we got a deck tech for you today. It's hot. It's hot, okay? It's a standard 2022 legal. Um, so that means these cards will be around after rotation. Um, but before we get to the deck tech, real quick, 3 questions for you. You like dwarves? You like dragons? You like treasure? If you answered yes to all those questions, boy, this deck is for you. I call this deck D&D Heart's Treasure. D&D Heart's Treasure. And that's for Dwarves and Dragons. Love Treasure. And it's a D&D themed set. First thing you'll probably notice, holy smokes, OGG, that is 5 colors. It is 5 colors, right? Let's just get right to the cool stuff. That we are playing one of every named mythic dragon from Forgotten Realms. So we got one Icing Death, one Eben Death, one Imrith, one Inferno of the Star Mounts, and one Old Gnawbone. Okay, very cool. Very excited to be playing all these cool bomby mythics. And then the other dragons are 4 Goldspan Dragon. That makes 9 total dragons. And you might say, well, OGG, how are you powering out these dragons? My answer to you is treasures, right? How am I generating treasures? My answer to you is dwarves, right? So the dwarves here are 4 Magda, our main mega treasure generator. If you ever get 5 treasure tokens, you can sack them. Doesn't have to be your turn, or could even be after blocks are assigned, and basically flash in any dragon for 5, right? Treasure. This is unbelievable when you flash in Old Gnawbones after blocks have been assigned, and let's say you're going to do 5 damage to them. So you flash in Old Gnawbone, you do 5 damage, you get 5 treasure. You see what your opponent does at their end step. Maybe you summon up Inferno of the Star Mounts, right? Because you can do that if you wanted to. Or an Imerith, right? So crazy deck right here. Anyway, let's get to the dwarves. Axguard Cavalry is good. Doesn't give dwarves haste. Gives any creature haste, which could be relevant. Equally important. It's a free way to keep tapping this dwarf to make treasure with Magda if you don't want to swing. Skullport Merchant is nuts. This card, in this deck, this card is good all by itself. In this deck with all this treasure, holy smokes. And it's a dwarf for some reason, right? Fantastic card. Plundering Barbarian, great, right? I mean, not great, but I mean, he does the job. He's there, right? Usually makes treasure. Sometimes blows up an artifact, though. Radiant Scroll Weaver, you might say, but wait a second. OGG. Radiant Scroll Weaver, how is that helping you? It's a 2/4 dwarf, sure. But what instant and sorcery cards do you have? I only have 6 of them. They all make treasures, though. 3 Creative Outburst, red, blue, 3. Creative Outburst deals 5 damage to any target. Scry 5, put 1 in my hand. Can make a treasure. Same as Magma Opus. Magma Opus can also make a treasure. Keep in mind, the idea here is that these cards are actually castable with the amount of treasures we're making. Radiant Scroll Weaver is just there to be extra annoying. Yeah, and that's the deck, right? That's the deck. Land-wise, you can see I literally tried to throw in almost every pathway I could find. And then I threw in 1 Temple of the Dragon Queen. The problem is I like this card because I don't mind revealing a dragon. The problem is I don't want dragons in my hand. The fact that Goldspan, Imrith, Icing Death, and Eben Death are lower mana costed is hugely important, because the deck can like win on its own with just like, you know, rushing them with dwarves and using a gold span to kind of polish them off. But anyway, there is 25 land, in case you don't want to add it up. I'm sure if you were a more avid collector or player, or you were spending money, like I'm free to play, but if you were spending money, um, I would imagine you are going to have more of these pathways. I would immediately take out 3 mountains and put in another Needle Verge pathway and 2 more Blightstep pathways. And then I would take out this island and immediately put in another blue-white one. Blue-white is Hengegate. I'd immediately put another Hengegate pathway and take out this island. Anyway, that's how I would fix the mana base if I was so inclined. This deck is unbelievably fun. It is rotation proof. If you have any suggestions or comments, leave them down below. If you dig what I'm trying to sell here, please hit that thumbs up button, hit subscribe. It'd be great. Otherwise, this is OGG. Out!